Hello friends and welcome to Fey Earth, a magical world set in an alternate 19th century Earth, where every creature from folklore and fairy tale is real, have always been real, and lived alongside humanity. Join our adventurers as they explore a world of arcane mysteries and danger, where the new scientific and industrial age collides with an ancient world of fairy and magic. When last we left our heroes, the party was in the forest of Tronçais. It's approximately 15 kilometres north of Sylvia, the town that they are basing themselves in at the moment. They'd had a somewhat unusual trek there, coming upon a farming family that had discovered a small orchard of trees had appeared overnight in their field with some very, very lucky rolls. They realised that some tree gnomes had suddenly decided to sprout these saplings. And with a very, very impressive charm roll and some use of minor telepathy, the party convinced the tree gnomes to depart. They also departed, moving up to the forest, where they spent some time foraging for some healing herbs for the party's druid, Sylvia, to make healing salves that can be used with first aid to add in the healing and provide additional grip points, and some
Other herbs
on the other extremes of medicine that the party's witch, Gwyn, has collected for unknown reasons. Having just finished their foraging, the rest of the group, having an uneventful and unsuccessful time trying to find some food, they have discovered that the trail that they had been travelling through has disappeared. As if the very trees themselves have moved to fill that space. They can no longer see the edge of the forest, which had only been 100 metres or so away. And they now find themselves surrounded by these trees that have started to move, even though there is no wind.
Tree gnomes strike back.
Sylvia's
just going to be like,
yeah.
So, trail is gone, trees are moving.
Okay, let's be logical about this. We came from south to north, so we need to go south, and hopefully we can try and crawl through the trees.
No, the trees are moving. No one is impressed by freaking trees moving now. It's a forest with fays. There are always going to be trees moving. It's fine.
Yeah, is there any moss on the trees?
It is quite impressive.
So, yes.
Like, could discern, because, generally there's more moss on the north side
If you say so.
of a tree.
They don't care about moss.
I know, but
They don't care about north.
is it anyway?
Fuck your compass.
Is there a side to the trees that has a bit more moss? Is it somehow
Give me a
visible
bushcraft.
and
Give me a bushcraft roll.
discernible?
That is a bushcraft roll.
13.
Total?
Yeah,
You can see there's trees. You can see that there is moss.
but random.
It's lovely.
Oh yeah, okay. So they have turned, so we don't know which
way is south. Okay.
Where is the sun?
In the sky.
We can't see it.
I know it's in the fucking sky, but
It's probably overcast.
Well, now you have to remember that even though it is January, so the canopy is bad, the canopy is still quite dense with interwoven branches. So you can kind of see, but you reckon if you were here in June, you would be in shadow.
yeah.
It's such a dense forest.
Well, it's not that long afternoon. It's like 2, so the sun would be just high in the sky.
Yeah, what time is it?
It's like 12:30, maybe 1.
Okay.
Can someone roll a d10 for me, please?
I don't trust my dice.
No.
Ooh. Is that good? We're
9.
really bad.
What is the party doing?
Well, Sylvia is not, she's just very much okay, the fair are doing a thing, whatever. I don't really care.
Well, we got what we came for, so maybe you should
Turn around.
try to go.
Used to,
She's just scared as hell. She doesn't.
Sylvia is just going to say, okay, we were here to collect some herbs. We have collected the herbs, and now we are going to leave, having not disturbed anything. So, if you could just, make it easier for us to leave the forest, we would be very, very grateful for that.
Gwen is going to take some of the bread that we brought for lunch and start like breaking it and scattering it around and just saying thank you for the plants and here's something for the animals that your branches provide for. So if you could just let us leave now, that would be
We're gonna
great.
start trying to look around to see and like, can we can.
So you can give me an awareness roll. You can add bushcraft to that if you want. If you have bushcraft.
Which I do not.
Okay.
I'm trying it. Everybody who has bushcraft should try it. Like, come on, we took 2 of us.
Interesting stuff.
9.
9.
10 in total.
So yeah, you're looking around trying to figure out what way to go, and you hear a rustling in some of the bushes near you, and the sounds of movement, and you hear the sound of music,
Oh Jesus Christ! No.
Cover your ears.
and
Gwen covers her
leaping
ears.
and skipping out of the bush appears a figure. They're somewhat short, maybe somewhere between 150 and 160. Okay, man.
That's not that short.
For a man.
Okay.
So somewhere between 150 and 160, okay? A man, bare-chested, curly dark hair, pair of small curved horns coming out, his lower quarters goat-like,
It's a satyr.
with a very prominent display in front of him,
I see.
a set of flutes in his hands, which he'd obviously been playing, as he skids to a stop, looks at you all. Well, hello, ladies.
I talk to him in Sylvan and I say, hello, good sir.
My day has suddenly taken a turn for the better.
I don't know
How's
if that's
it?
true.
Well, some new and interesting people to talk to.
We're neither new nor interesting. In fact, we're leaving, so...
Oh, really?
Yeah, we just came here to. I was hoping to collect some herbs to make some healing salves, and we have done that. So now we are going
Oh,
to
that
leave.
sounds so boring. Why don't you collect some fun herbs?
Oh well.
We would never do anything like
that
that.
sounds...
We're very busy. We don't have time for things like fun.
We
herbs.
are actually.
You
quite
should
busy.
always find time for pleasure in life.
No doubt, but not from a man like yourself. And I'm trying to grab
Excuse
Sylvia
me,
and go.
but I am not some simple man.
Oh yeah,
Like the
we
human
can
folk.
see. We can see that. Thank you very much.
You remind me of my father.
I don't know. It looks like an
He
average
must
man
be
to
a
me.
beautifully handsome man.
He is.
Um,
Also quite vertically challenged, says myself.
I'm quite tall for a satyr.
Yeah, I believe so.
I have not met one before, actually.
no,
No one has ever complained about my size.
I'm sure they haven't. Typical man.
Mina's just like completely goes over her head. She's very innocent, like, you know.
I mean,
I'm
you
like
are
typical man, ain't Nina? And
You
he's
are like it
what?
may be completely going over your head, but there's one thing that you're definitely not missing.
Oh yeah.
How is Mina dealing with the fact that like he's just letting it all hang out there?
Well, would have come across them before and heard stories, but I'm kind of like, that's them folk, and people are different, and so yeah.
They're not Catholics. It's okay. They're probably Protestant satyrs.
Oh, Jesus.
As a good Swiss girl, that's what she's thinking.
It's what we're calling the reformed.
Reformed
yeah.
satyrs.
Fucking hell.
So, ladies,
Weird turn.
Well,
you
like
look
I said,
like you're so hungry. Would you like to go and Get a bite to eat?
Absolutely not. We're actually very busy.
You keep saying, is she always like this,
Well,
pointing at Gwen?
actually, we are looking to leave the forest. There is a family that is waiting on us, and they do live quite far from here.
Oh, that's terrible. Roll of deception.
But it's not a deception.
Still
What
have to
family is waiting on you? Because you dealt with the farmers.
Yeah, but we said we were going to come back.
Then you solved the problem. And they're not that far. They're only about an hour.
I just know that.
Far enough.
Please.
Well, that's a
Not
natural
20.
20.
Okay. You're rolling well tonight.
Hey.
Well, not all the time, but...
Well,
Oh, yeah, my charm. So that's 21.
nice.
That'll do. Wait, yeah.
So,
So yeah, if you would be so good and show us the way.
and he looks around the forest, at the trees around you,
To Sherva.
looking up into the canopy, and he smiles.
Gwen is
I don't
actually
like it.
snarling, like she is disgusted. Disgusted.
Sylvia is just like, ugh, whatever. I don't care.
I'm sure when the forest is ready for you to leave, it will open up a trail.
Why would it not want us to leave?
I am but a simple man. I would not know these things, he says, kind of looking
Sure.
at Gwyn.
Are you
Well,
sure?
part of that statement is true. but
As a fae of the forest.
Yes.
Is there a way, maybe, to speed the forest up with his decision if we present you with a nice bottle of wine, says you still try not to look at the side.
My eyes are up here, Jesus!
Well, I personally would love a nice bottle of wine, but unfortunately I hold very little sway in these hands.
So who would we need to talk to who has the sway to allow us to leave?
That's going to be a fresh charm roll.
Oh, great. I love how, like,
go.
I'm, just a ray of fucking sunshine in front of me. Oh, that's actually a 19. Jesus.
Of the forest.
The bitter druid.
That's an excellent question, my dear. As for the answer, honestly, and you know our kind tend to be honest. We may not be clear in what we say, but we
Unclear
are.
and perhaps omitting vital information, yeah?
But it's very rare that my kind overtly lie. Not all of us, so I have no problem with it, but it's beneath my kind.
Okay.
As for who would determine when you leave, that depends on whose interest you've taken.
Are you saying that we've taken someone's interest?
Oh, whenever a mortal steps into these forests, the trees notice.
Yeah, but...
And they take an interest. Now, if it's a minor fae, then I'm sure the trail will be revealed soon. Unless you've done something to really draw attention to yourself. In which case...
We were
Wow.
just gathering herbs.
We
We have
collected
not.
some
And if
herbs.
that's all you've done and you've in no other way interacted with my kind, then I'm sure you'll be fine.
Oh, fuck!
If not, it may be at the whims and desires of the Lady of the Forest. And he gives a deep bow and he leaps off into the bushes.
Do you think
What a toxic display of masculinity.
that he can't help that it's all there?
It's
Quite
19th
impressive.
century clothes
Because
exist.
it's
Yeah,
I
but,
agree.
but not
Clothes do exist.
for his kind. Well, they could in
no,
theory
that kind
exist.
they don't.
They don't
covered
they
in
don't,
fur.
they don't
really need
see things the way we do.
No.
It's not meant in the same way as if a human man was walking around like that. You understand?
I don't
It's-
want to talk about that.
Moving swiftly on.
Well, okay, on to our immediate problem. Do you think that maybe it might be because of the tree gnomes?
Or salamanders.
Well, they're
But
not
they're
of,
not
they're not
native
of the
here.
forest.
Well, shall we just sit down, have lunch, and see if maybe the trail opens?
Okay.
Should we make a fire though?
No, I
think
don't
so.
want to anger anyone.
Yeah.
No,
I don't think so at this stage.
Sylvia is going to just say, we are very sorry that we asked you to leave your new orchard. Okay? But that family was going to starve and they were there first. It was their land. If you can all be reasonable. Do you like wine? We have wine.
We have cheese.
We need some cheese.
Right. So you sit down, you have your baguette, you have your cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're probably
Leave
leaving
some out, like, you know.
Yep.
And you have an undisturbed lunch. No frolicking satyrs appear,
Okay.
displaying their unbridled masculinity.
Jesus Christ.
So,
Yeah,
you're
I'm gonna have to go to confession.
Oh.
Yes.
It's not meant in the same way as if a human man does it.
I know, but still,
It's not
you know.
the same. It's not.
I mean, you say that, but you're pretty sure that if you'd offered, he would have been very happy to receive the offer in the way a human man would.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
he's
you
a
see,
satyr. So
it happened
like,
in my family like a really long time ago, my father's side.
yeah, okay, but it's not. Oh, okay, okay. Look, I'm just saying that it is not. It's in their nature as that type of fae. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, he has very curly hair. He's like
So
tiny,
it was a
stunted
satire
little.
as well.
Yeah, but not like he's touched. He's quite small, but he is good looking, alright. Yeah, he has tiny little.
And do you know what was it that gave you your green hair?
Oh, from my mother's side, she's Moslite.
Oh.
But like generations and generations.
I was trained by a Moslite.
Oh, really? Oh, very
Yeah.
interesting.
What is that? We don't have them in Cornwall.
I believe when I used to Sylvan work, he's like triads.
Yeah, or, well, the word that you use, like, it actually translates more into, like, forest wife or wood wife is the way, is the word that translates.
They like bread a lot.
But, no,
We have bread.
they like bread, but they like
Nice.
German bread.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well-
I mean, wait, let's be clear about this.
No.
They like
White Brennan's bread.
German bread, alright?
If you
not
if you
gonna
gave
cut
him a
it.
pan
The
of
French
white
bread is quite okay.
Yeah, well, it's very different. French bread is great, but it's very different than German bread.
Of course, it has to be
Yeah.
French.
Also in the French forest.
Yeah.
But we are in a French
Yeah,
forest.
you are in a French forest, so like,
And I talked to you and I say, like, you see where I grew up, we're really close to the borders of Arcadia. So there's quite a few people
So
where
your
I grew up.
ancestor is a Moslite.
Yeah, one of them on my mother's side.
That's amazing.
And on my father's side, there's some Satyr. But because, as I say, we are like literally at the borders of Arcadia. There's in where I grew up. There's quite a lot of people who have like some fae touched
Of course,
ancestry. Yeah.
And was your town affected by the war badly?
No, because
Switzerland's neutral.
we were neutral.
Yeah, there's still okay. Even in an alternate universe.
Even in an alternate
Neutral.
universe, there was still neutral.
and my brother just left to join the French army because he you know, because I have 5 brothers and my oldest brother
Oh, my
will inherit the farm, and then another one is also in the giant fighters like my uncle is, and then 2 of them are in they're in Rome in the Papal Guard. And so my last brother, he's just like 2 years older than me. He didn't make it into the guards, so he was trying to find, you know, his fortune somewhere. So he decided to go to France and enroll in the army.
Why was it again your brother didn't make it into the Papal Guard?
Oh, he's not tall enough.
Yes, he was just too short.
I see.
You have to be certain height.
Yeah, it's
to
like
get
190 or something, isn't it, to get into the Papal Guard? It's
so
like,
you see, the twins that made it into the Papal Guards, they took after my mother, so they are taller. Whereas he kind of took more. I have the looks like of my. They all laugh at me because I have the looks of my mother, but I kind of take after my father in regards to height. But my brother is about like a similar height like me, so he didn't make it into the Papal Guard.
Yeah, I don't know how much fortunes there is to be found in joining the army.
Well, we didn't think that the war would break out, you know.
Nobody thought the war would break out.
Yeah, because it's kind of crazy to attack a Fey nation, you know, in all fairness. So, no, we didn't have an issue because we crossed the borders quite often to kind of go hunting. And like in the past, they would have traded like furs and stuff with them. So, yeah, there was lots of kind of traffic. Yeah.
Speaking of Fey Nation, am I the only one bothered that we're sitting in the forest not knowing how to get out?
Oh, it'll probably open up.
Look,
as the
we have enough food for now. It's not an emergency. And
it can happen quite a lot, you know.
Hopefully,
if you go hunting,
we can meet with the tree gnomes, talk to them, apologise for whatever Gwen said to them,
and you know,
it'll
like
be fine.
I spent some time like hunting and training in the forest in my country, but also across the border, and it happens.
I lived in a forest for quite a long time.
At least I don't think they have whooperdingers here, so that's okay.
What is that?
Oh, they're like rabbits, but they have really sharp teeth, and they can actually
Antlers.
they have antlers, and
They
kind
can
of
jump very high. They tend to go for the throats. They're very dangerous.
Yeah, they're vicious little things.
Oh, wow.
Justine might just open that bottle of wine.
Good idea.
But they're more in the kind of alpine regions, so they're not. Really.
We'll be okay. Do you see any tree gnomes around?
give me an awareness roll.
I do one. We should all do one.
I don't have keen eyes or anything, so.
So we'll say that Mina.
I see nothing. I see trees.
Okay, I got a
I see
17.
green.
Today I roll really bad. Not one. I'm in a forest.
I see
You
green.
do not
I
see
see
anything.
trees.
You do not see anything. So, he's got to get up, start travelling around.
I guess.
Okay, first of all,
Do you have to lick a bloody toad or
can
something
somebody
like in the film?
please give me a fresh bushcraft roll?
No, not licking toads.
Okay, I'll do.
One
do it,
person. The other person can assist. So that's
Yeah, I'll
what it is.
assist you.
Okay, great. So bushcraft, 10,
Yeah.
11. Am I adding anything?
You intellect.
11, 13.
And then my +1 as well.
14. Okay. Can someone roll the d10?
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Don't.
7.
Is that a good roll?
I don't know.
Right. So
I hate rolling on a
know.
fucking table. It's just
I
like,
know you never know.
So you're traveling along for a bit. You do see trails, but none of them are the trails that you were following. So you're traveling along, hoping that one of them might curve around to the edge. Okay, and this you're not sure how long you're traveling for. Maybe 40 minutes, maybe an hour and 20. And
Sylvia is aware that Justine is kind of freaking out, but she's also just like, oh god, I don't want to deal with like having to fucking hold your hand.
I know that you're good with herbalists, you know, but you're just like, what are these fun herbs that your man was talking about?
Oh, there are herbs that can mimic the effects of alcohol, make you see things, make you very happy. Herbs that can make you sleep, herbs that can make you
Does Justine hear
drowsy.
that?
oh yeah, of course.
She's like,
I'm-
no.
I'm making absolutely no secret. Like,
Yeah.
she's asking me a question about herbs. I am more than happy to talk about fucking plants.
Because I had no idea what your man was talking about. Like.
There are herbs that you can make for poisons, herbs that you can make for
Yeah, I know
heals,
that, but
for
like,
healing. Oh, there are herbs.
interesting herbs. That was the
Interesting
talk,
herbs
wasn't
that can make you see
it? Things.
things. Herbs that can make you very, very happy. Herbs that can give you energy. Herbs that can give you so much energy that you do not feel pain.
That sounds a bit dangerous.
And would allow you to push your body far, far beyond the normal limits.
until you get really badly injured. That
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
sound very, very
You
good.
very often.
I mean, maybe the one that makes you happy, but otherwise that doesn't really sound that
Ancient
good.
warriors used to use these herbs to allow their bodies to push, but then they would often die of their wounds and
Yeah, you
infections.
would, wouldn't you?
So
That's really
as you're having this
strange.
conversation, there's a call. And looking up at a branch, you see a raven.
Oh, hello, Mr. Raven.
Hello? He
Ah,
replies.
he speaks. How lovely.
Does he speak French or Sylvan?
He speaks with a French accent.
Oh,
He speaks Sylvan with a French accent.
wow.
Well,
I'll do a little curtsy. Lovely to
Hello,
make your
Mr.
And
acquaintance.
he bobs.
Oh.
I'm immediately looking at Justine, just going, is she going to freak out on us here? Or like, how is she going to have... Because Sylvia lived in a forest for a
You
good
live in a
while.
forest that's full of face, so you did
So
come across
okay.
some animals that could
So,
talk.
like, this is not going to phase her
No.
at all.
You still probably read about it because
Yeah.
you know.
Well, you would have,
sorcerer-
but the thing is, when you read about it, it was mostly in children's fairy tales.
True. Would I not study it as a sorcerer? No.
Well, this is the funny. Talking animals tends to be more in the children's fairy tale stories than in the academic texts.
Fair.
You know.
also, if you read about it, is one thing. When you actually
See it.
see it, is another thing, I suppose.
Whereas
Yeah.
Sylvia has actually, like, come across a few talking
Yeah, you
animals.
seem
This is
just
fine.
You seem just like steps backwards and just goes like, I was not prepared.
I'm just picking some herbs.
I want to go back to the library.
Oh my god.
Well, my noble friend, we seem to find ourselves in a predicament. We are, I think, thoroughly lost.
Yes, you are.
We were just here to collect some herbs to make some healing salves.
Oh, very
we
good.
did leave, bread for in
For what? The
for.
rats?
Basic. We took something from the forest, so it's only
some
right
herbs.
to give something back.
Well,
However, I'm going to
we
be
were
honest.
surrounded by it, but
I-
we lost our trail.
I
so.
am going to be honest because I think that is the best course of action. We encountered some tree gnomes on the way here who had created some trees on a farming family's land, but if the trees remained, the farming family would have starved, so we asked the tree gnomes to leave, and they did. But the worry now is that we somehow offended them by that, so if we did, we are very deeply sorry, but we would like to leave the forest.
Could you show us the way?
Nope.
We have some wine left.
You.
I'm a raven.
That's true.
So
That's a
is
good
it
try.
is it
So,
that
hold
you
on.
can or is it you don't want to?
You convinced tree gnomes to do something.
But she did. I
Well.
point out.
Yes, I am a witch and was able to ask them very politely, mind
She's
you,
from foreign land.
to please leave.
That's impressive. Those little things normally don't listen to anything.
But if we did offend them, if
They
we-
get. I mean, they're talking shrubberies.
I know, but you know, we are sorry if we offended them, but we would like to leave the forest now.
How can we get out?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Surely with your wonderful eyesight, you know the way.
I'm a raven, not an eagle.
Yeah, but raven are really, really intelligent.
Yes,
Yes, we are.
the
More-
smartest of all birds, some
Yeah,
people say.
you are.
Some would say the smartest of all creatures that
All
walk or
creatures.
fly this earth, including humans.
That is true.
That is, yeah, I
It's
would
true.
say that is true.
Yeah.
Justine finally gets her shit together. And she just goes like, you the wisest creature, the wisest bird. Would you like maybe know why we're here?
Well,
It's your intelligence and your wisdom.
your friend said you're here collecting herbs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but five.
yes,
Yeah,
but why-
but we
why
are
the
able to
forest?
leave.
Seems to have
Oh.
trapped us.
Yeah, sometimes it does that.
And how long does it normally do that for? On average, you know?
It's hard to say. mean,
Couple of hours, couple of days.
no more than a couple of days
Okay.
maximum.
Oh no.
So we
Week.
really need to get
A week tops, I'd say.
Oh no.
But it's quite cold, so...
And we are mortals.
Yes, but this is a forest. It's not like you're in the Faerun.
No.
uh,
Yeah, I would
Possible.
not go into the
now
playroom.
saying that,
Oh, fuck.
just be careful. There's a portal to the Faerun in this forest.
Oh,
Yeah,
Thank
but
you for
we wouldn't
warning
just
us.
stumble on that. It would need...
You did say you're mortal.
Yeah, but...
So with all due respect, mortals sometimes do stupid things. And don't necessarily watch where they walk.
That's true.
That
Back
is
home,
true.
Many people
Are
vanish.
we in the Faerun?
No, you're
Okay,
No,
well,
you're in the
said we're
forest.
not.
I just said you're in the forest.
but if it's a
Right, is
forest...
she?
no.
No.
If it's a forest, or it's a portal, they're activated at night?
No, it's like active whenever it wants to be active.
Oh, okay.
No, it's
Is it anywhere near here?
Or does it move?
Or does it move?
Yes.
Oh. Are we better off staying put and wait till the forest lets us go? Or shall we try to find our way? Because I'm kind of worried that we're just going to get lost more the more we walk around.
Well, I don't know. I mean, you could, or you might just suddenly find yourself at the edge of the forest. It kind of depends on how the trees feel about it.
We did meet a satyr, and he mentioned a lady. Do we need to talk to a lady to get out?
There's only one lady in this forest. And I would hope for your sake
That we don't meet her?
that you don't have to ask her attendance.
Okay.
Okay.
And with that, he stretches out his wings, and with a flick, he's gone.
Oh no.
Oh, that's a pity.
Concerning.
I wanted to ask him if he could say nevermore.
Why? What a random thing to get a raven to do.
I
There's
don't
no
know. That
context
is
for
just
that
that just
whatsoever.
seems to me that would be a really
That book
interesting
is-
thing.
that book's out now, isn't it?
I don't know. It would be
Who
to
was
think.
Edgar
Edgar
Allan
Allan Poe?
Yeah.
It would be. It just seems to me it would be an interesting word for a raven to
I
say.
think it's 1890.
I don't know why
Oh, he
that
died
would
in
cross your mind.
1849.
Oh,
Whoa, he was only,
Oh yeah, that
he
book
was only
must have
40
been
when he
out
died.
ages
Oh.
ago.
Oh yeah, he's one of the
Jesus, I was
OG
way off.
Gothic.
That's
Where was he
embarrassing.
from?
Who's American?
Nowhere in the United States.
Ah,
is he
right,
from.
yeah, I don't know.
This is important. Oh, he was born in Boston. Boston does exist in Fairth.
Oh.
Remember, the United States is much smaller in Fairth.
Yes,
For
true.
our listeners, the United States in this world is just the eastern coast down, hooking around through Florida because you can't escape Florida, to New Orleans. And then the rest of the continent is still owned, ruled, and controlled by the indigenous peoples.
The rightful owners
A
of the country.
federation of indigenous nations. But Boston does exist.
Okay.
So,
Because magic basically means fuck your colonials.
Yes.
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yes.
Fucking
Yes.
colonialism.
God, I wish.
So, anyway, what's the plan?
I don't know. Walk around. Just keep. Maybe get lost or
We are lost. Very,
get
very
more
lost.
lost. I'm sorry.
Look,
Just imagine it's bookshelves.
it's like bookshelves, but trees. We have so much. We have lots of knowledge to
They will be.
gain.
They
The
become
thing
books
is,
eventually. So
the
it's not
satyr
hard.
said that we would be released, so a trail will
The
release.
said that we need to meet this lady of the forest.
So
The
it could be
raven
cool,
said-
maybe,
I trust
but
the raven
I trust
more.
the raven more.
I think the satyr was saying what he thought we needed to hear in the hopes that one of us would.
He just reminded me
No.
too much of my dad. It would be weird.
I wish you could see Gwen's face right now. Mixture of disgusted and concerned.
That's
Sylvia's
it would
just
be
like,
really weird.
My eyes! There is not enough mind bleach in the world.
Ugh.
I just
So it's in there now.
I can't deal with this.
It's very hard.
Right. There's something
Phrasing.
on that note of Disturbing family relations.
Yeah, imagine it's like seeing your dad naked.
Campaign
Really
2
weird.
takes a dark turn.
It's just really weird, you know. I'm glad he's gone.
Can
Sure
somebody
is.
give me a fresh bushcraft roll?
Yes.
8 better.
10, 11.
Can I help?
Can I help?
Oh wait,
Plus
I don't have. I don't have.
12.
Someone roll a
I'm not rolling
d10.
anymore.
Someone roll a d10. Or you could use a different die. Or are they the only dice you
I
brought
only
with you?
brought one set
Oh,
with
no.
me. I know.
have more.
Which was
I have
a
more,
big
I
Why
have
would
more,
you
I have
only
more.
bring one
I
set?
don't know. I packed this morning when I went to work. It was
Right.
pre-coffee need.
Like,
Okay.
I made bad decisions.
Yes, you made very bad decisions.
I just look at the pile that I have.
Your Gwyn
I
dice.
did.
And I did that, I used to do that, you know.
No.
I always find
Bring
out
backups.
that, and that's true,
Although I
that
have
when
my
you
skull
buy
set
dice,
for
when
me.
I buy dice for a
I like
specific
these
character,
ones.
they usually
No.
roll shit.
That is
If
so
I'm
true.
given dice,
I don't know.
as a
These are
present, they roll
really
They're
well.
rolling well.
Okay,
Well, I
you
have
are
my-
rolling well
I have
tonight.
my skull dice coming from Dakota.
But like I'm just saying, if I'm given dice as a
They better be
present,
good.
they usually roll well.
Yes.
I don't know.
Okay, can somebody give me an awareness roll? Anybody with keen eyes can give me an awareness roll.
I'll do it.
Yeah, you rolled well, didn't you?
Oh,
Oh,
well, that's
jeez.
cocked.
Oh, it's cocked, yeah.
Okay,
Oh, that's better.
that's an 18.
Okay.
That was cocked. It was against.
Yeah, no, even I saw that.
So you are traveling along a bit further, okay? You are looking for your.
We're going on an
It's true.
adventure.
You're looking
Sage.
to find
It's true.
path.
Oh no.
You're still having trouble. Occasionally, you hear movement in the undergrowth. You think could be animals. You're not quite sure.
It's fine. It's like normal forest stuff.
Once it's not Norse.
I'm occasionally
Figures.
looking back at Justine to see, like, does she look like she's going to start completely freaking out?
Yes.
I walk next to you with Albert. I find Albert has a really calming influence on people.
He actually does. She's not going to start freaking out, but she looks like she's going to start freaking out.
Yeah, I'm just making sure, like, I'm kind of looking back, like, please don't just run off, because
Oh no.
there's nothing I can do in that instance. But she is just kind of looking back at you, but she's trying to be really discreet about it.
Albert helps.
He does. I find he does help. Yeah.
So
Speak softly and carry a very big stick.
you're traveling along, as I said, for another while, and you're looking around constantly. All of you, and Sylvia, you spent more time than anybody else in the group in the forests. You're just better at spotting stuff. Okay,
You're used to it.
Yeah.
and you are looking around, and you just at one point you're looking up, and you see in the canopy, looking down at you, a very small humanoid form, light blue tinted skin, long jet black hair, and long gossamer wings. It is a sylph, an element of air. Okay, you've met a few of these before. They're
Yeah.
It's not.
they're very
thing.
fickle creatures.
Oh,
Similar to tree gnomes and rock gnomes, they're non-verbal, they don't talk, they don't communicate. They are very curious creatures. Okay? And there are stories of them, like, you know, when humans pass through areas that they're in, they might track them. Able to, some stories say that they can turn invisible,
Okay.
but they're often very hard to spot, okay? They, because they're so fast as well, and they have this, the light can pass through their forms, but you, as I say, you see this feminine form. They're quite short, maybe about 50 centimeters tall, with these like glowing silvery eyes just peeking down and looking at you, kind of hunched on a branch,
But they're just looking.
just looking at you.
Okay.
You're not sure if they're looking at you in curiosity or if they're tracking your movement.
Okay.
Do they tend to be kind of? Do they have like humanoid sentience or more like animal?
They're
But they don't talk.
They don't
really
talk.
Talk really. Okay.
They are
They're
an
kind of
elemental
like
fey creature, so
okay.
they are elemental. Some scholars say that they are an elemental manifestation of the primal forces of air. But, you know, that's scholarly talk of humans, and no one knows if any of that's right.
Of course.
gonna very respectfully nod to the sylph.
So you all see Sylvia nodding in the direction of the canopy.
I'm looking.
Must be
Give me an
something
awareness
there.
roll.
4.
You don't see anything.
5. I'm like,
Okay, I'm gonna.
what are you looking at?
Oh, this is a sylph.
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe I
Notice.
can talk
Going
to it.
So I don't
Uh,
maybe move first, but see what happens.
I'm really rolling shy.
You
Okay,
don't see
okay.
anything.
Nope.
None of you see it.
Can
The-
I use lesser telepathy even if I can't see?
No, you
No,
don't
you
see
didn't
the
see
single
it.
target. The sylph nods back at you
okay.
and then leaps off into the air. It's gossamer wings, dragonfly like.
Presumably everybody sees
fluttering.
that.
No, but you all hear a hum like a dragonfly.
Oh, I can
What
hear
was
it.
that?
Yeah.
Oh,
that
that's
must be the
sylph.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn, maybe I could have asked it something or.
It would not have been able to communicate unless you have a spell that allows you to communicate with plants or.
No.
No, that one
Oh, no.
works with tree gnomes.
Sorry.
Probably wouldn't work with these.
But
There are spells of telepathy
Mm-hmm.
that you can use to communicate verbally. You have a basic one that you can send
Basic,
short. There are more powerful spells
Mm-hmm.
from the Sphere of Chaos that would allow you to communicate, but at the moment that's beyond your power.
I'm wondering if maybe this lady is the sylph maybe reporting to the lady? I don't know.
Should we follow it if you can see it still?
You can't, it's disappeared.
Okay.
Oh, they can turn
They're-
invisible.
and also when they are flying, they can move at incredible speed,
Okay.
darting along.
Go.
Okay, so maybe it is reporting back, but
We have no way to know.
no.
I've also suspected.
We haven't really done it. I mean, even the Raven said we haven't done anything.
wrong,
So.
I'm not sure why the
Oh,
forest is
I-
keeping us.
I think it's just curious.
yeah.
You know how the Fae are. They are
Yeah.
curious. The Faes are not our Faes. They're just.
Probably hasn't had visitors in a while.
It's just inconveniently mischievous.
They has
Yeah, that
hostile
probably hasn't
to
had
us.
any visitors in a while.
They
I
haven't
mean,
been
why is
hostile.
satire? Had it been a nymph, that would have been much more interesting. Useful.
Well, they might have been more communicative. Maybe we could have reasoned with them more, but
Oh, yes, I've no doubt.
I don't know.
I guess we just keep going and
Yeah, I will keep trying to
wait
see
for it to
the
release
trails.
us.
What time is it now?
It's hard to tell. It could be maybe 3. You're not sure.
Probably gonna get dark soon.
Yeah, if
which
we're
is
still here, we
concerning.
might have to find somewhere good to
I think really
create a shelter.
Yeah, at this stage we might need to start looking for shelter.
Oh, I really wish I'd taken my bedroll.
And it will be a cold night, but maybe we can try and make, bedding that's insulated with the leaves.
Mhm.
Maybe
Yeah,
we can
yeah.
find a hollow tree.
Yeah, this one is really good
We'll be
with
okay.
it. Sylvie's really
We'll
good
be
with
okay.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. We'll be okay, Stina. Don't worry. Sylvia has done this many a time. And we'll be fine.
I lived in the forest for
Yeah,
quite
you
a while.
see, we'll be absolutely fine. I've spent many a night in the forest, foraging, and not as many as Sylvia, but we'll be okay.
Oh, this is when I was training, so
Okay,
as a
well.
druid with a moss lighter.
Oh wow, that sounds amazing. Tell me all about it when we're setting up camp.
Okay.
So I need a fresh bushcraft roll.
I'm not touching these dirty dice.
6.
Oh my, you guys are rolling shockingly
Yeah, we
bad.
were rolling shockingly tonight. Yeah.
Can somebody roll a D10? Or no, actually a D12 now.
Oh no.
9.
Again.
A 1.
Oh.
That's like fills me with dread.
That's not ominous at all.
It's just a interesting.
Fuck this.
I don't like how happy you look.
Oh yeah, you have to get
Oh,
used to that. Also, the random dice rolls that he doesn't tell you what they are for. Like they fill you with absolute horror.
Oh, he will
Dread.
just randomly roll dice to fuck with you as well. That's the other thing you need to be aware of.
Yeah.
So, you're travelling along, still trying to find the trail. Okay? And it's really weird because you'll be looking and you're like, okay, this looks like a good trail. This is looking like it's going. You're trying to keep a general sense of direction of which way is north, which way is. It's kind of hard to tell where the sun is in the sky because of the canopy. You haven't come across any glades or clearings so far in the forest. It's quite dense, at least in the section that you've been in. And as you're travelling along, as I say, it's really weird because you'll be following a trail and then you'll be thinking, okay, this looks good, I think this is going in the right direction, and then you'll turn around and look back and the trail that you've been travelling along has disappeared behind you. The trees moving, seeming to move, the understory, any bushes.
Is campaign too, and they
I
to
don't-
this day are still running around in the forest trying to
I
find
don't have bushcraft, but can I, having spent lots of time in forests, and presumably I'm like familiar enough with forests that I'm not kind of, hey, all the trees looked exactly the same, that I can kind of, even though I don't.
Most of these trees look like oak trees. I'll tell you that now.
That's the problem because they're all bloody oak trees.
You could give me a failure roll if you want.
Yes, I would like to do that.
While you're doing that, a question. Where did the fucking trail comes from if no one goes to the forest?
Animals.
Deer
Okay.
trails also,
So,
I think the forest
I only
is
rolled
missing
an
that.
11.
We should have known when we.
I'll
got
do a
to the-
fail.
Oh, now I know where those
Roll
ghosts
as well.
come from. Probably if all the people get lost
Get
in
lost.
the forest and they starve or freeze to death.
Yeah.
And their ghosts are
Lovely.
still haunting the forest.
Oh, great. I'm gonna
Oh,
do a
I'm
fail
sorry.
roll as well.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't say that.
Ooh, that is a failure. 20. Is it intellect?
Yes.
22.
Well, okay, great roll.
Wow.
We'll
First
take that instead of
roll.
an awareness roll.
Okay.
So you're walking along and you notice, Gwen, you're feeling that you're getting a bit more of a feel for the forest, and following Sylvia's instruction, you feel like you're getting better at spotting the things in this environment as you see movement in the canopy and can see, leaping from branch to branch, on either sides of you there is a small group of tree gnomes that appears to be travelling along and tracking you.
Okay.
Somewhere between 4 to 6 tree gnomes.
Okay. I'll mention that to the party.
Oh.
So it's all about tree gnomes.
Well, no, I don't think the tree gnomes are responsible for trapping us in
Don't
the
think so,
forest,
no.
but they are tracking us.
Okay. Are they curious or are they?
I mean, I can communicate with them, but they can't communicate back with me necessarily. So,
Maybe you could ask them if you can show us the way out.
yeah, I will. So I'll use my.
That's
cantrip
your telepathy?
to- Yeah.
Okay. So what's the, remember, 5 words.
Okay.
As you get more powerful, as you open level, you'll be able to increase this.
Okay. Show us the way out.
Okay.
Maybe
I
eliminate
can't
the,
even add a
maybe eliminate the article and add please. And
Yeah.
Show us the way.
Show
Show
us
us the way, please.
Well, no.
no,
I want
show us way out.
show
please.
us way out, please. Yeah, because they can show us the way to end.
That will be a charm roll, please.
Okay.
Charm
Well,
persuasion.
That's okay. Charm persuasion. So that's a plus 3. 5. What the heck?
It was going so well.
It was.
It really
So
was
well.
going.
Can I try to do the same? Because I have lesser telepathy.
You have it as well.
Yeah, I do. So I need to roll awareness first, right?
Well, say no. Gwen has pointed out the tree gnomes to you.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
What message are you sending?
Same.
Okay, so you both try and send the same message at the same time. Because I believe you have the same.
After.
We're going to say it at the same time.
Okay.
And I need a charm roll from you, Justine.
8.
Damn it!
We are gonna be here forever.
Yeah, 2022.
Yeah.
The party's ghosts are still roaming the remnants of
You
the
seem
forest.
traumatized beyond repair. Like,
Sylvia is just gonna say, Sylvia can't recognize if these are the same tree gnomes or anything.
Give me an awareness roll.
18 or 19 dirty 20 if I can use keen eyes.
Yes, you can. The target number was 19.
Okay.
At least one of them looks one of them looks like the one that you spotted.
Okay, in that case, Sylvia is going to say, if we offended you, we are very sorry, but we would like to leave the forest, please.
they wouldn't understand, would they?
You don't know.
Don't know.
That's the thing, you
Fair.
don't know.
It's worth trying.
Yeah.
Okay, you can give me a charm roll. And you can add your failure to this
Okay.
as well.
Roll fairly good touch wood.
Which makes it only a +2.
Better than nothing.
You don't have persuasion or conversationist or any other modifiers would help you with this.
Nice.
Oh, for fuck's sake! I rolled a 10. Like,
She rolled an 8 and plus 2 is 10. Yeah, told you. 2022, the party's ghosts.
another one. Okay, that was a dirty 20.
Unfortunately, that wasn't the roll that you did.
I know. And I rolled 2 1s after that. Anyway.
So you're getting a bit hungry.
Can I do a bushcraft roll?
Absolutely, you
Forage?
can. Yes.
There's still something around.
12, 13.
Can I help?
Can I help?
Yeah,
If you have bushcraft.
Oh, well,
I
I
have
don't
bushcraft, yeah.
14. Do you have bushcraft? Okay, it's a 14. I think we need to do
Well, you need.
No, unfortunately, you're having similar trouble to the trouble that Mina had earlier. It's January. There's not really much by way of edible plants out right now. You could maybe, if you had the materials, create snares to try and catch animals to eat, but just basic foraging at this time of the year is exceptionally difficult, unfortunately. So, can someone give me a fresh D12 roll?
What's happening to us? Are
4.
we being slowly poisoned or something?
So,
I don't have anything.
you are continuing along, trying to find your way as
Can I freeze to death?
the trail parts up in front of you, and you see off a couple of 100 meters in the distance a glimpse of a structure.
I don't like it.
This structure is breathtaking.
Oh, no.
This
Oh
structure
God, no, don't go
is
close.
grand in a way you have never seen in your life. It looks like it is a beautiful palace,
Oh, God. No.
like something from a fairy tale that
Definitely
appears to
don't
be
go
made
there.
of pure crystal, with fluted towers rising tens of meters into the sky, large arching windows, flying buttresses. It is breathtaking.
Wow.
And as you see it, and you all see it, as soon as you see it, the trees visibly move in front of you, closing the trail. And as they do, trees to the side move visibly and open out. And you all see what looks to be a clear and straight path.
Too bad. Well, that looked beautiful, but I didn't want to go there anyway.
Oh, absolutely not. That That's probably some sort of an elven palace.
Yeah, no, don't think
did
we'd be
look
welcome.
magnificent.
Yeah, we don't think we'd be
This
welcome.
looked like, literally, it looked like something out of a fairy tale.
Yeah.
It was breathtaking.
Yeah, Gwyn is
Not
is
like
awestruck.
anything you've ever seen before.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys see it too?
Oh
Yeah.
It's probably an elven palace. We're not going to go there.
Okay, yeah, sure.
I've only heard stories about them, and I've only heard stories about the elves. I've never seen them.
I read
But you're
stuff.
still alive, so yeah, I would assume.
True.
So, what are you doing?
And you still have your eyes and all of your limbs. And
They can be incredibly dangerous, but also beautiful and majestic and powerful.
but mostly terrible.
Well, at least the forest doesn't want us to go there, I guess. I guess
I
that's the
didn't
case,
want to go
right?
there anyway. Yeah, I wouldn't have gone
No.
there.
What?
Shall we follow the
Yeah,
other
we'll
trail?
follow
You
the
follow
other-
the trail and you travel for a good 30, 40 minutes at least until you finally see light as you come to the edge of the forest and leave it.
Oh, thank God.
And this is the weird thing. You are traveling in all manner of directions for hours, but you are certain that as you exit the forest, you're exiting it
On the same side.
from the exact same point that you entered.
Wow, spooky.
Okay, that's
It
fine.
makes no sense.
I mean, that must have been like a pocket realm or a
No,
or a bit of
it's the trees, but turning us around and keeping us in the forest. That is something that happens. It's fine. Don't worry. The important thing is that we are out now.
I wonder what was in that palace, though.
Elves, death, terrible, terrible things, wonderful and amazing treasure, untold wealth, magical items that you could not imagine, but mostly terror and death.
I want to go as far away from here as we can.
I just, as soon as we're out, I just quickly take the knee and I just go like mother, quick prayer. Thank you, Lord, for showing us the way. Thank you for getting
Sylvia's
there.
looking down like, that was not God that got you out, that was the Fae and their whims. So God, your God,
had nothing
did
to
not
do with it.
did not help you and had nothing to
Probably
do with it.
guided their minds. I don't know. So I get up.
You
and
get
we
up,
go
you look back,
to the.
and you see a single figure just in the middle of the branches, a male, bare-chested, quite prominent,
Again,
as he waves goodbye.
Sylvia's gonna wave
Bye,
back, trying
goodbye.
very
Au revoir!
bye.
well.
This thing's just not going to do.
Gwen's just gonna mutter, I wish it was a nymph instead.
So, looking up at the sky, it's getting quite dark. Now remember, it's January, so you're not sure. It's probably about 6-ish.
Okay.
Probably.
We have a 3-hour.
You got a 3-hour
Trek.
trek back.
I'd say we try to stay with the farmers.
Yeah,
I
we'll see
don't
if they-
want to walk for 3 hours after what we've been through.
We'll see
We
if
could
they'll-
knock on their door and I'm
See
sure
if they'll
they
let
will.
us stay and then we can just
Sleep
go
in the
back.
barn or something.
Yeah.
So, you head back in the direction that you had been traveling previously. After approximately an hour or so, you recognize it now, the Levine farm. Look like some of those trees have already been chopped down. Okay? They're farmers, they're not wasting their
That's fair
time.
enough.
You know, they're not going to waste their time.
That's fair enough.
You get up to the farmhouse, you knock on the door, you hear noises from the side, and the young daughter, average height, slender build, long brown hair, tied back with blue ribbons, and a very pretty light blue dress. She's like, "Oh, you're back!
Good
Yes,
evening.
we're back. Good evening.
Oh, please come in, please. It's getting very cold. And at this stage, for the last
Cold,
10-15
yeah.
minutes, it actually started to snow again.
Okay.
So it was getting cold.
Okay.
So you get in, there's a roaring fire, coal lit fire, but you can see there's some wood that's being stacked near it to dry out.
Excellent.
And the mother / wife, she was like, "Oh, you're back! Oh, please! Oh, we're actually just sitting there for dinners. Would you like to join us?"
Oh, we couldn't impose on your husband.
No,
Really
please,
couldn't
please,
impose,
please.
no.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we got a bit turned around in the forest, but we made our way out
Well,
again.
at least you made your way out.
If you wouldn't mind, it's quite a trek back to.
No, please,
Sherville.
we'll find space for you tonight.
Oh, thank you so
Some
much.
of wine left.
Oh, great! Well, we can all enjoy a glass of
Yes,
dinner.
yes,
Yes. So you sit down, you have an enjoyable evening
Because he
meal.
didn't drink at all.
You have an enjoyable evening. It's a fairly simple but hearty meal that you need to put back into you.
Perfect.
They're all very curious, particularly the younger children. They're all curious. The youngest son Pierre and the daughter Louise are very curious to know. So what was in the forest? Did you see any fairies? Did you see any direwolves? Did you see any unicorns? Like,
Yes.
and as soon as they're like, they want to hear everything about it, okay? And like, they're literally at you.
Sylvia
So.
starts telling them about it, but she's going to very much highlight, and it was so dangerous, and it was so terrible.
And as you're highlighting just how dangerous it was, and like turning it into a wonderful but scary story, you can see Rosalie is like very happy that we're like instilling a good sense of sensible fear in her.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
exactly.
not trying to be like, oh, it was beautiful and full of magical fairies. No, it was awful. It was terrible. Do not go into that fucking forest.
And then once she says, "Did you listen to what she said? Do not go into the forest, okay?"
I'd say like Justine's face kind of says it all.
Yeah. Look at this young girl, okay? Look how scared she is. She looks like she's aged 5 years.
Oh no. You haven't, don't worry. You're perfect.
So you have a very enjoyable evening. And they arrange space for you all to sleep. Some of the kids are like bundled up together. And
I'd be
go up
happy
bed
in the barn.
spaces.
Yeah.
Totally.
The kids are like bundled in together and they're sharing beds. So they get a couple of users split between two sets of beds for like that you share. Like, so you have space.
It's too kind, really.
And,
It's too kind. I hate to impose.
I would have been happy with the floor. It was
Yeah.
Totally.
But you
in the
do
barn.
having spent a lot longer than you had planned in what is clearly a much more magical forest than you had expected. Safe indoors and at home again. Safe away from this strange powers of these strange fae. You all eventually go to bed, rested, and wondering what tomorrow will bring. And I think that is a perfect place to pause in our story. What was supposed to be a simple foraging expedition turning into something much more, with the party learning something of the magical nature of this ancient oak forest, just a little bit north of the town in which they're staying. Resting safe in the farmhouse of a family that helped earlier in the day, and off back to Cherville tomorrow. Who will know what adventures await our party? Join us next time to find out. If you enjoyed this adventure and would like to know more about the world of Faerth, both the system and the setting, please be sure to be following us on social media. We're active on Twitter at Faerth, while there is still a Twitter, and essentially on every other social media app at Faerth as well, except TikTok, where we are at Fae_Earth. Here on social media, you'll get updates on anything we have going on, any future products, and any general announcements about the podcast and further. Also, be sure to check out our itch.io page, fae-earth.itch.io. We've got a couple of products on there already, all free to download, a lore primer and some fun one-shots. And we are working on an Explorer's Guide to Faerth. This is going to be a comprehensive 200-plus page PDF with all of the mechanics that you need to play up to 10th level, including stat blocks for a variety of Fae creatures, so you can start your own adventures as well. We're hoping to have that up by the middle of December at the latest, and that will also be pay what you want. So you can also have fun in this world of Fae, fantasy and folklore.